It's
Hey,
Dan the Man with the big banana, and we're here to review a beer. How you doing, Dan?
there you go, Greg. You haven't done that this week, so I guess it kind of pays homage to be able to do that.
That's true. I didn't get interrupt anyone on Wednesday. It was terrible.
I know that must have really bugged you.
Oh,
Yes, we're here. We're live, and it was supposed to be last week, but someone decided that he wanted to do an emergency of some kind. So
yeah. I just thought, hey, you know what? I'd stay a nice little 3-day hospital visit. Get chopped up a little bit, and we're good.
yeah, have parts removed, and
Hey,
oh,
Dan, I hope my creepy eye doesn't scare you. I don't know if you can
what
see
happened there, my
the
friend?
bloodshot eyes. Oh, it just happens after surgery. Look at this too. Oh.
Oh, you get bloodshot eyes after surgery?
Well, apparently I've never. It was my first and only surgery, and apparently, yeah, that's a thing.
Well, I know that they tell you that they pump your chest up and that you have air going through.
They do.
So,
They do. So actually, funny, the pain you have, it's the laparoscopic surgery. I believe that's what it's called. The pain you actually have is from them more the air than anything else. Your chest hurts, and you're like, well, I didn't get up. My chest didn't get operated on.
yep, yeah,
And then your shoulder hurts right here because what a lot of people don't realize is that, oh my God, everyone fucking calls me.
yeah. That's the way it works.
Um, What a lot of people don't realize is that when you have too much gas in your body, it makes its way up into your shoulder. In fact, my wife has a thing where if she eats too quickly, she gets shoulder pain. I've never experienced that before, but apparently it's a normal thing. Gas kind of just gets up there. And yeah, for like 3 days is like the only thing I'm taking pain medication for was just the shoulder pain. That was the only thing that hurt. Everything else was like, oh, this is all fine. But the damn shoulder pain was annoying at night. So I just took some Tylenol for that, but I'm keeping the hydromorphone for. Well, we'll see what happens. I might need that for my retirement fund.
Yeah. Got to pay for the vehicles somehow that are sitting in your garage that you can't drive right now.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think we're here to do a beer too. I think that was what we were doing. I think we're doing something like flying monkeys.
I mean, I wasn't actually here to do that, but I do happen to have one right in front of me. So I guess
why not?
I guess we can review it. Why not? The people, I'm sure a lot of people are holding off on buying this until they find out what Dan the Man's review is, and some random dude in Ontario they've never heard of before, and he probably talks too loud and is annoying.
No, I think they should know about Greg. Greg is one of those guys that, like, he's here. He's here.
I'm like a fly on the wall until you call the cops and have me removed.
Yeah. We've noticed that you've moved location a few times when we do that. We've stopped doing that now. So
I just skip the middleman.
Yeah.
Like when a big dog starts to hump you, you're better off just let him finish.
Oof. Oh, on that bright and cheery visual. Yeah, we're gonna look at rainbows and smiles. Yeah, obviously
like a happy beer. Like it looks like you got Bambi here.
Yeah,
you got Thumper
drinking a beer.
Definitely nothing bad has ever happened to Bambi.
And Mary's little lamb apparently is there too, and
all these creatures that definitely nothing bad will happen to them.
No. And apparently there's water, malted barley, oat malt, hops, sugars, lactose, orange puree, lime puree, raspberry puree, natural lime flavor, natural mandarin orange flavor, and yeast.
That sounds like there's a lot of shit in here. So it's a Flying Monkeys beer, confirmed.
Pretty much. So it's a orange rainbow sherbet Deepa. What's it coming at? 8.1%. Well, this is a good afternoon beer. Yeah. I read the stuff on here, but it's probably all about different shit about how Bambi is great and everything else like that. Are we reviewing a jacket? No, Lee, we're not reviewing a jacket. We're reviewing a beer.
I don't even have a jacket. I do have an old albino rhino shirt on. Look, it even has a hole. It even has a hole in it. So look at that. Just like my body, it has just random holes in it.
He's wearing his Sunday best on Saturday.
That's right. I should have worn a jacket, but it's It's actually incredibly rainy out today. For those of you who
Yeah.
aren't in the GTA today, it's there's like flooding going on like 5 minutes from here. Thankfully, our house is on a little bit of a higher area, so even if our neighborhood were to flood, which it never has,
But if it does,
we would still be okay because our house is a little bit higher, and that means we flood our neighbors.
and I see you put the downgrade towards your neighbors so that they get to be flooded too. Excellent.
Well, it wasn't us. Quick story, but our pool, whenever it was built, we don't know when, probably in the 80s or 70s or something. It's an old pool. The suspicion is that when they rather than take away the dirt as they probably should have, they just spread it out across the property. So therefore, our property is about 2 feet higher than both our neighbors on each side. And we've had our neighbor complain, our old neighbor complain that we flooded his basement, and the city was like, "Oh well,
Get a better basement."
yeah." That's what he basically had to do. He had to fix his own basement because it was like, well, we can't say it was how are you going to prove it's water from our property flooding your basement? It's water, it's rain, it comes from the sky.
Yeah, exactly.
He was an asshole anyway. He just liked to blame people for stuff.
The male Karens, great.
Yeah, basically. Well, no, he was just a cranky old Portuguese guy that just was mad at the world. But, oh well.
It looks like you've frozen up a little. There you go. Now
we're back. I don't know. It might be me because I don't know. I think the weather. We haven't had a power outage or anything, but it could be affecting the internet. I don't know.
I still heard you. You just your thing was frozen, so you're okay.
It's probably the opposite. You'd probably want to not hear me, but
well, potato.
exactly.
So yeah,
dildo.
Little hazy. 1 finger worth of head. Well, I had 2 fingers.
I put aggressively, but
yeah, I didn't. I didn't do a Chris. I didn't do a Lezak pour. Him and his aggressive pours now. Wow,
that smells like a Flying Monkeys dessert beer.
Yeah, that's got raspberry in it. Orange, maybe? I don't know. It smells very chemically.
I'm excited for this beer. You know what? Here's the thing: is I make fun of beers like this, but at the same time, it's like I give Flying Monkeys credit. They do original shit. It's not always good, but they do original shit. Whereas everywhere else, it's like, all right, New Ontario Hazy IPA, GLB Hazy IPA, Nickelbrook Hazy IPA. Ooh, a West Coast IPA. It's like it's nothing that interesting in beer anymore. Like now everyone's freaking going the Chris Lezak way, and they're making new seltzers that are new and exciting and stuff like that. But it's like, no, I want my beer to be exciting, regardless of whether this is shit or whether it's delicious. I'm excited to try this.
Flying Monkeys just throws a bunch of stuff at a dartboard, I swear, and just says, "Oh, that sounds good."
Oh, seriously, I think they have like a roulette wheel or something, or like a Price is Right wheel. I'm just like, all right, let's just mix elderberry with fucking acorns.
Right. So, I don't know. Like, what's your thoughts on the smell? I'm excited for it. And hi, Paul, how you doing?
Hey,
what
Paul.
the fuck is this? It's unbelievable.
It's, a raspberry AF. Like it smells like a kind of floral too. Like there might be some sort of. I'm trying to think. I think there's a hibiscus beer that I think me and Lady Lee looked at not too long ago, and kind of get some vibes of this. But then again, that was also a raspberry beer, so maybe I'm just connecting the two in my head.
Well, I think we should get into it because you really haven't had anything to drink in about a week. So. What's 8.3?
I've had a few. I actually had a bone shaker yesterday, like a good boy. But I've been relatively dry the last week. So yes, let's get into this.
Let's get into it. Cheers.
Cheers, mofo.
So you did freeze up again, but there you go. Now you're back. And
I see this is going to drive me crazy because right now I'm getting a very distinct taste and I can't quite pinpoint what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dan, you just looking at me. It's wonderful.
Yeah, you're flipping on and off a bit, but that's okay. I get a bitterness on there.
Yeah,
you're back.
We're back. I don't know if that was you or me, but probably me. But it was great because you froze. You had a look of disgust on your face as I was talking. I'm like, the wheels are working. It's just like, why did I invite you on my channel?
What the fuck are you doing here? I mean,
actually, what this does remind me of is, I mean, it's fake raspberry as fuck. Like I didn't bother listening to what you were saying, but I don't think there's any real raspberry or anything in this.
There's raspberry puree in here apparently.
Oh, okay. So actually, that probably explains it to me because real raspberry, you kind of get that flavor, but then when it's actually you also get that kind of bitterness with the raspberry. At least I do in beer. Whereas when they use fake raspberry, it's often better because it's just like, oh, this is just the raspberry without the bitterness.
It tastes sweet, yeah.
But it reminds me of like these raspberry candies. I think they might be Polish, so I don't know if it's something that's that common here, but they're actually shaped like a raspberry and they taste like a raspberry. That's what kind of this reminds me of. Like this is a raspberry as fuck.
Is it right? Or they have the strawberry ones here that look like strawberries as well. Yeah, these and I'm getting the bitterness of the lime at the end. Yeah, it's definitely a double. It's definitely a DIPA, but it definitely has something in that's getting that congealing of the back of the throat type thing.
Yeah, it certainly reminds me of their beer, different flavor wise, but their what was it, their cotton candy double IPA they came out with a few months ago that is still kicking around on shelves, kind of a shelf turd. It kind of reminds me of that, where it's like it tastes like a good like a decent double IPA, and then it's almost got the flavor layered on top. Like it doesn't taste like completely off. Like I'm still getting a double IPA from this. It just has the extra fruity flavors. Like for me, just raspberry. I'm not really okay. I burped up a little lime there, so I keep the lime. But I wasn't getting much lime to begin with. But
I'm not getting orange. That's one thing I'm not getting.
Like if I'm reaching, I could say maybe I'm getting some orange peel, but like I'm reaching for that.
Yeah, but that raspberry is very prominent, and the lime is too. Just on the aftertaste.
Yeah, I don't pick it up as much. That being said, my taste has changed in the last week. Plus, I am on antibiotics right now.
Yeah, okay. So
although they're okay to drink with, I checked.
If Bruce, not, Greg randomly passes out tonight. So
that's Bruce. You can't see him because he's black, but there he is. Hi, Bruce.
He's like, do I get beer? I want beer.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't like beer. If I try to give him beer, he'll be disgusted with me. Bruce, you want to drink this? No, he doesn't. No, he knows.
Yeah, that's a good way of getting rid of dogs.
Beer or coffee, he gets disgusted with. Like some of the other dogs, they'll actually. I got to be careful because if they smell the beer, they'll actually try to lick it. But no, Bruce is like,
nope, not that. Nope.
No, this is poison. What are you trying to give me? Poison? No, I don't want your poison. But
so obviously, it's not for animals. This beer is not for animals, even though there's a bunch of animals on there.
I mean, I don't feel they specifically say it's not for animals, so I may need to try to pour it outside and see if like the neighborhood squirrels will eat it or not.
Drink it, you mean?
That's the one, yes. Unless I were to freeze it, but that's a whole different topic. But yes, drink it is the correct terminology. Thank you for
no.
I was on the right path.
I mean, they could eat it if it's like minus 30 degrees outside. It could become a popsicle. So,
well, the way the weather's going this summer, you never know. It could be minus 30 next week, and then we could be doing a jacket review.
Right. We could be, but I don't have enough jackets to do a review, so that'll be on you. Well,
just be like Carrie with his Haze Mom on BA1 on BA 101, the Bring Your Own Beer 101. He just brings Haze Mom every week and reviews it. You can do the same thing with a jacket.
That's true. I mean, I do have that adventure jacket that is really nice.
Yeah, and you can say, hey, this week was minus 23.2, and it worked out pretty well. I sweated a little bit. Next week is minus 15. Man, it was way too hot. I was just sweating in this thing.
So I changed it over to my hoodie. Yeah.
There you go. Different kind of convertible.
Your thoughts on this beer?
So I'm gonna say crazily, I like it. It's again one of those Flying Monkeys inventions, much like that whatever that cotton candy was. I can't remember its name.
Right?
That I like it. Again, I like it with the caveat that I don't think I'd ever want to drink more than one at a time.
Fair.
But you know what? Like, if I was at a bar and they had this on tap, I'd be like, yeah, I'll have a pint of this. And then after that, I'll move on to like a regular IPA or something along those lines. I would never want more than one. And it's the same thing with the cotton candy one. But
So the one that they had in between the cotton candy and this one was that lemon chiffon one.
yeah, I can't remember if I had that one. I'd have to have a look at
Do believe you did.
probably.
And
I mean, when I see a new Flying Monkeys on the shelf, without question, I will always try a new Flying Monkeys product because I always want to try their shit. I find it interesting. Even the stuff I don't like, I'm like, that's great. At least they tried something.
right. Yeah, and I mean that's not a bad thing. It's yeah. And I wonder, rainbows and smiles. Let's see if this shows up. Rainbows and smiles. It's well, okay, all right. It's a 3.6 on Untapped. I mean, that people are liking it.
That to me seems on the reasonable side. Like I say, I mean, this definitely would not be anything I'd ever want to have more than one of. But
No,
have one of these followed up with a Bone Shaker or something, or what I might do is follow it up with like a Nickelbrook or something. Yeah, I'm it's solid for me. I don't do we rate things on your channel? I've never actually watched your show before.
I know you never watched my show before because my views are always down because you don't watch it. So
I've revealed myself to be a bad friend, and I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm used to this from you guys.
If it makes you feel any better, since Nick has been starting to post videos again, I watched like 2 videos and then I'm like, all right, I'm out, Nick. Good for you. I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm bored. Which is fair. I do, and I do it out of 10.
Out of 10. Okay, well, that's the proper rating system. I'm not a big fan of the out of 5 thing. Even though it's the same thing, I just don't like it.
I can't do it out of 5 anymore. I need extra numbers. So yeah, out of 10.
We're just doing one solid rating. We're not doing the style and overall.
We're just one solid rating. I don't want to be a BA 101. I'm not Nick. Even though people confuse us, but you know.
Well, you guys have aged out of that. If you look at the old, like 10 years ago, you and Nick, you guys were like identical, and then the two of you have aged out of it.
We have actually. I think I've aged more than he has, or filled out more. One of the two.
I'll have no commentary. I don't need a sexual harassment lawsuit again.
Again, I don't remember filing the first one.
No. I reached a settlement with Lady Lee. That's fine. But
okay.
But non-disclosure agreement, so I can't go any further on that. But
fair enough.
All I'll say is just always make sure that you have pants that buckle up properly. Things happen. But
on that note, what is your score out of 10?
So you know what? I'm gonna go fairly high on this one. I'm gonna go with a 7.5 out of 10. Which for me is on the high end of good. I don't want to go any higher than that because again, it is what it is. It's a bit of a gimmicky beer. If you don't like raspberry or kind of a raspberry candy type flavor, I didn't go far as say like I get a little bit, not a specific flavor, but I do get a little bit of a floraliness from this.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't like that at all, you probably won't like this. That being said, I actually like that it's balanced well with the bitterness. So it's kind of like at first like, ooh, this is a flavored beer. And then it's kind of like, oh, you get that bitterness in the background. And I don't get the lime as much as you do, but you get it on the burps. So
yeah, I've noticed that. I've been trying not to burp, but it's like, oh, there's a lot of carbonation here. Hello.
It's a beer review. Burping is just part of the process. Like that's just like,
That's true.
That's like reviewing a toilet and not pooping in it. It's like it's just part of the process. You got to do it.
Does it stick to the size? We're not getting down that path.
Yeah, listen, people need to know what they're getting into. Like
that's true.
I'll tell you a quick, very quick story. Just when we were building it, we got our new building at place I used to work at. We went for low flow toilets because they were great. Until you realize that the low flow toilets create a lot of art on the sides because the water is low. We had to have all the toilets replaced because of that, because we got tired of all the art on the sides of the toilets. So
yeah.
I'm saying toilet reviews are very important and don't always go for the low flow because you might. But anyway, we're on a tangent
The
here.
the oval low flow is bad too. I
Sometimes
like
you got to just go for a regular water level and, accept the fact that certain things stick and certain things
Yeah.
are gross, and the next person doesn't necessarily want to see what you had for lunch. Anyway,
No.
Dan, what is your opinion of beer?
Well, it's nothing like that. That's for damn sure. Honestly, I don't mind it. It's going down nicely. The ABV's good. It's very well masked for 8.1.
Well hidden.
It's the lactose. Having a brewery that like totally just drowns their stuff in lactose. It's very well masked. The raspberry is nice. The lime is actually not bad. Not getting the orange though. I'm still searching for the orange on that. But that just might be me. Oh wait, no, it actually is on the burp. It's like an
a lot of
orange
stuff comes out on the burp on this
Yeah,
one. This
it
is
does.
a very three-dimensional beer.
Yeah, that one it's like an orange Julius orange on the burp.
Don't think I've ever had one of those, but I'll take your word for it. But I get more of like a bit of a candy orangeness. And again, I'm reaching. There's not a lot of orange here, but I think it's almost like you get some sort of orange candy or something like Guy would find in his flavor notes. And I feel that's kind of there. And again, you're right, it's on the burp, but it's a bit reaching. It's not really there that much. Don't go into this being like, I'm excited for the orange. Oh,
you're not going to get that. Unless you want to burp a lot, then yes, you will. Hashtag
this is a very burpy beer. Like I've been,
it is.
I
didn't realize how
drink today.
Yeah, I didn't realize how carbonated it was. It is a very burpy beer. You're not wrong. And for the flavor of the orange Julius, if you're tasting that candy orange, that's it right there. Think orange and Sprite with a hint of like lactose in there. So that's kind of like what an orange Julius is. However, I agree with you on the score, but I'm gonna bump mine up to a 7.75.
Oh.
I like it. I won't buy it again, I don't think. If it was in a bar and that was the only thing to drink, I'd probably have that as a starter just to get me going. So, yeah. I mean, it's better than the lemon chiffon one. I didn't like the lemon chiffon one. This one is actually pretty decent. It works for what it is. It's a great little beer, that's for sure. And Flying Monkeys has done it again by going through all their shit again. So,
I don't usually rate my beers. Like I usually do them by halves. So sort of for me, 7.5 is kind of right around. But I'm actually kind of with you on that. Like it's sort of that beer to me that I don't like to bump things above an 8 unless I kind of like I really know I'd want to drink a lot of this. And then that's going to be a thing that holds it back for me. But I mean, I think a 7.75 is kind of right around kind of where in my mind this is at, because it's right there. It's not quite an 8. It's not saying I want to drink a lot of, but it's surprisingly good. It's surprisingly tasty for having one, not one or two, one, and then moving on to like a regular IPA or something.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you share with a friend saying, "Here, try this," and they go, "Ew, gross! What is this?" It's like, it's mine now. But you're not wrong. Like it's good for a one and done. But I mean, that's Flying Monkeys for you. They have a lot of one and done beers out there.
They do, and you know what? I realize that probably like this is not the type of beer I imagine they're going to sell cases of. So, no. I mean, good for them for doing this, and I mean, hopefully, I mean, I'm assuming their profit margin is there. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing stuff. But the reality is most beer companies want to sell you something that you'll buy a case of. Even my favorite brewery, GLB included. I mean, they do have stuff that's more interesting. Usually it's brewery only release, though. It's not something they'll bring up to the LCBO because they know they're not going to sell a lot of it. So
exactly. And I mean, like the Flying Monkeys has Juicy Ass. That's what one of their fallbacks is.
Yep.
Pardon me.
Which I highly recommend on tap over buying in the can, because it's a different experience. And
I can't get it on tap here. I really want to. That'd be kind of cool. But I mean, can I see it. But yeah, like Flying Monkeys has their core and then they have their special, and this is what sort of people like, oh shit, this looks kind of pretty, I'm gonna have this, and then they try other flying monkeys, and it's like, and then they have something like the juicy ass, like, hey, this is good. Flying monkeys has always been a hit and miss. So yeah, honestly, I think that it's a decent beer. Kent, holy crap, I have not seen you here in a while. How are you doing? Cheers.
Good old Craig. How's it going, buddy?
Wow. Good to see you here. I mean, yeah.
It's like, he's the best, because you know what? He doesn't do anything in our chat for the longest time. Then every once in a while, he'll just randomly make a joke about wanking, or as us North Americans call jerking off.
Right.
And then we won't hear from him again for another 6 months. He's like, he's like that random girl that you want to bang every few months, and then she never calls you. It's like, it's a wonderful time.
I mean, that's good. I mean, thank you for joining. And yes, you're not wrong, because when I saw him talking about that, I'm like, hey, has it been about 6 months, a year? Yeah, it's about the time you'd be here. But it's good to see you. Thank you very much for joining. So yeah, final thoughts. Good. One of, wouldn't have again. And Lee's here to say cheers, Craig, as well. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would. Yeah, I couldn't have this again. I just bought it on the whim of, you know what? The fucking label just looks whatever. Uh-oh. I think we lost Greg. Oh, I think we did lose Greg, because I can't even hear him. He's got this smile on his face like he's just seen a porn video. And oh, wait, there we go.
Hi, Dan. I'm here. I'm here on my cell phone. We just had a black. Well, we had I guess you'd call it a brownout in the house. The power's all back on, but the internet's now going to take like 5 minutes to reset. So I'm on my phone.
We're live, folks. Look at that. Yeah, because you look like you had a porn smile on your face. Like, I just watched a bunch of porn. Yes, I did.
Oh, and that time I was off camera. Oh boy.
Well, it was 37 seconds, so you know.
Well, even had a little extra time for cleanup, because why not?
Yeah.
People don't realize you got to wet wipe that shit. Like, it doesn't going to clean itself. You don't have a maid that's going to go clean up your cum after you.
Yeah.
If you have a maid that cleans up your cum after you, like, comment in the bottom and tell us about your maid, because she sounds awesome.
That's for extracurricular activities.
That's on Dan's channel. So you got to subscribe to that, and give Dan your money, and he'll send you pictures of his maid.
Shh, you're not supposed to know about her. I'm trying to share her with you, and you only. Come on now.
Jesus.
So yeah,
I'm not known for my secret keeping abilities.
Yeah, that's true. You're not.
Just ask my wife. She'll be like, "Why the fuck did you tell them that?"
Because I want to get laid. That's why. But
I just want to confirm. I'm kind of having this on an empty stomach right now,
and it's working really well for you. Oh, and now we've lost him on his cell phone too. Look at that. Oh man. Yep. He's got that stoner look now. My God. That lightning storm took out both his phone and his internet.
Yeah, there we go. No, it was it's my Wi-Fi trying to reconnect. I've turned it off on my phone because it was fighting. I'm just gonna go on phone internet for now until the end of this thing. Goddamn weather. How inconsiderate.
No kidding. I mean, how rude. Boy, I hopefully you have all your laptops backed up, because those brownouts can kill those computers. Not that I'm an IT.
I'm one of these fancy fellas that only owns one laptop, and it's not currently plugged into anything. So it's on. See, it's on.
Yeah.
There's just no real internet going on with it right now. So.
Well, you know what? I think we're going to wrap it up just so that A, your internet can come back properly, and B, you need more than your 37 seconds to finish off and clean up.
This is true.
So yeah, your final thoughts.
I'll be right up, honey.
There you go. She started without you. Look out. Anyways.
How can you not love this sexy eye right there?
Oh man, you know what? My eyes are finally clear, and yours aren't. Like I get those all the time because I'm allergic to my cat litter.
Oh really? No, it's no. This is a new for me, but there's a lot of new experiences for me. I mean, I've never had my body cut open before, so
that was kind of new for you too. I mean, there's that, and I'm sitting here going, 5 years old, I had my adenoids taken out. 25, I had my appendix, and 40 something, I had my gallbladder taken out. So.
Oh yeah, the gallbladder too, eh? Oh, I hear that one's less fun. I hear.
Actually, it's less fun than not being able to eat bacon. So.
Oh, okay.
Because
I'm not a particular big fan of bacon, but I enjoy eating it now and then. It would suck not being able to eat it. So.
Yeah, especially in Caesar salads, that really sucked. So Lee said, "Don't eat cat litter." Dan, problem solved. Thank you, Lee. Thank you very much. I'll try not to crunch down on that. I'll go back to eating my dirt.
Also, I just recommend as a friend thing, not that I'm accusing Dan of ever doing this, but if you're at a friend's house staying over, don't shit in his cat litter box. That's just not cool.
That's not cool at all. Like, you can't cover that stuff up. The cat litter's for cats only, not for your. And
also, I mean, if if you walk over to your cat litter box and there's like a 12-inch log in there, you're gonna waste all sorts of money on vet bills to try to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Unless you had a cat that it was constipated.
Oh, maybe yeah. It's like, okay.
Trust me, I know this from personal experience last week. Anyways, so Greg, why are you shaming Nick?
I don't believe Nick was at all mentioned. Where I was just talking in general. You shouldn't shit in your friend's cat litter box. If you want to bring Nick into this conversation, that's on you, my friend. That's on you.
Oh, well, this is going south really fast. 8.1%, really good beer. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
let's review a Bone Shaker next.
I drank mine already. I've got to go get more if that's the case.
Oh, get more, and we'll do a shirtless review.
You can be shirtless. I'll still wear a shirt. We know I don't take my shirts off during.
By the end of the review, we'll get your shirt off.
Well, good thing I can't drive now because I've had an 8.1.
That's right. It's very responsible of you. It's not like those people from Edmonton.
Yeah, exactly. No. Yeah, Jamie's not officially from Edmonton, so we can't. Anyone for a beer afterwards? I'm always up for a beer afterwards. Did you want to meet us on Nick Cord or anything else like that? Because we can definitely do that. You know what? Drop us a line on the BA 101 chat, and I think we're up for a beer afterwards. Or
we're up for a little violation.
I like violation.
I'm
going to be violating my chicken with my new marinade needles later.
Oh God, it's going right up the chicken bung piece.
Well, it's on the breast, so I mean.
Speaking of violating things with marinade, Dan, congratulations on your anniversary. I don't know how many years it is, but congratulations.
Thank you very much, and it's been 7 years.
Oh wow, that's not even a special number at all. I take away my congratulations.
No, you don't, because we've been.
Tell me when you've been there. Tell me when you've been there 10 years, and I'll congratulate you.
Yeah, and how long have you been with your wife for in total, not being married?
Not being married, so we're at 17 years.
Shit,
and married 2007, so what's that, is that 7 years? My math is not great.
No, your math is very
sorry. First of all, 2017, so my memory is not correct.
Yeah.
2017,
So
not 2007. 2007, so it's about 7 years. It's
7 years. I mean, you got married before I did by a couple of months.
I did not know that. I thought you were just one of those people that's been married forever. So yeah, it's good to know that.
August 15th, 2017.
Oh, so I just barely beat you. I was May the 6th. So there we go.
Oh God, you went right and be May 6th. If you did May the 7th, you'd be on my brother's birthday, and that'd be really bad.
Well, I mean, your brother's always been an important part of our lives, but we didn't want him there that day.
Thank you for that. I mean, that, and I don't think he'd come to Ontario just for you. I may, he might not. So yeah, I would have this one of. We're going to end this here because Craig wants to drink beers afterwards, so I think we're going to go join him. So, Greg, thank you for joining.
You're welcome, Dan. This is actually a lot of fun. I like you're a lot less you're a lot more open than other beer reviewers. You like to be silly and have a little fun. You're not so regimented that you have to be on this, and this, and don't say the fuck word.
How fucking dare you?
Oh, now you got a lot of editing in front of you.
No, because it's after 30 seconds. I'm allowed to say the word fuck.
I didn't know that was a YouTube rule, but that's good.
Apparently it is, from what I've seen. They edit themselves, they bleep themselves for 30 seconds to a minute, and then they say all these swear words afterwards.
Well, that's fucking interesting.
It is. It really fucking is. But I mean, we're beer tubers, so we don't give a fuck anyways. So
no, I mean you're only making enough money to afford your first 3 properties, but after that, it's like, no, you got to get a second job. It's ridiculous.
Actually, I'm on my 4th one. Goddamn McDonald's. So
I thought you were on your 4th. I thought you were on your 4th property. I was going to congratulate you, but
no, my 4th job. Anyways, we're going to end it here. Craig, let us know. Drop a line in BA 101 or drop a line to me personally. Join us in Nickcord. Do whatever. We'll
just send Nick a random dick pic and just he'll interpret it correctly.
Yeah, he'll know that you want to have a beer with him.
It doesn't have to be yours, just a random one.
Yeah. Find one off the interwebs. I think that'd be a good idea. So for the people that joined, Kent, thank you for joining. Lee, thank you for joining. Paul, thank you for dropping by. I don't think you stayed around, but whatever. You're here. So for everybody here, thank you. And Greg, thank you for joining. Thank you for grabbing the beer. I knew you'd do it because it's Flying Monkeys, but yeah.
Yep. And I got another one. So if we do a BA 101 on here's a preview for you. If you do a BA 101 on Nick's channel, so subscribe to Dan's channel, whatever it's called. Subscribe to Nick's channel. I think it's Maxwell Stars something. Subscribe to his channel. You can see me on Wednesdays. I'm here to annoy Nick. I will also be bringing this beer for our double IPA show, pretty much simply because there's not that many double IPAs that are available right now. So I bought 2 of these. So
that's fair. All right. Okay. So yeah. The spoilers, 7.75. Let's see if he actually ups it or downs it on Nick's channel.
We shall see.
Exactly. So
plus you'll find out what I give it as a style rating. So that's the exciting part.
Well, I won't spoil it for you on that one because that one is completely different and Nick's. So until later, folks, have a good one. And hopefully you get your power back, your internet back, and you stop having brownouts.
Everything is back for now, but I'm still, like I said, I'm still sticky on this because I don't trust the internet.
Use some toilet paper or use your bidet for getting that brownout out. So
we try to keep it clean, because we live in an eating ass friendly household.
So if anyone wants to join Greg on eating ass, please drop him a line on his OnlyFans. Till next time, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great night. Cheers, everybody. And Greg.
Cheers, motherfuckers.
What a way to end the thing. Here we go. Bye. And yes, end it.